Inquiring minds want to know. Do you ever suffer from Shiny Object Syndrome? Squirrel, butterfly, FOMO, fear of missing out, or just simply the inability to finish what you start? Me too. That's why I'm excited and happy today to be sharing with you my one, two, threes for managing the monkeys in your mind. And I like to call them the monkeys because it's fun and it reminds me of that old, whatever it was, that child's verse of no more monkeys jumping on the bed. Okay, so hopefully that's what we'll get to by the end of today's vlog. Now, that being said, some monkeys don't need to be managed, they need to be banished. And we'll talk about that next week. Okay, let's start with the good news. Your monkeys generally intend to be helpful, not hurtful, and not disruptive. They want to help you to remember to get everything done, right? So that nothing falls through the cracks. You won't suffer from FOMO. And who cares if you don't get everything done, as long as you get done what they think needs to get done right now. So they don't realize that they're causing you trouble. That's why they need to be managed, and you are the leader. All right. So the way that you do this for starters, let me just give you the arcing umbrella of this whole thing, is that when you have valuable intrapersonal communication, then this all gets to be much easier. Intrapersonal communication is the voices in your head, the ones that are going on between your ego, your monkeys, your true source, your higher power. All of those internal voices is intrapersonal communication. And there's a way to be able to do that in such a way that you begin to think in ways of what you desire and what you want, and less in ways of things that you are maybe missing out on or have negative emotions or feelings around them that aren't serving you. So when your intrapersonal communication improves, then your interpersonal communication, meaning talking to people outside of you, just gets so much smoother, and it's so much easier to get what you want just by asking. So let's start with the monkeys inside, right? So that we can get what you want just by asking with them. So remember, you're the leader. Claim your power. They like being led, actually. They do enjoy a leader. So here are your one, two, threes. Okay, first acknowledge them. So say, I heard you, and I promise that we'll get to that as soon as I finish this. What I'm doing right now is a priority. So you let them feel seen and heard. Okay, and when they feel seen and heard, they may quiet down. Okay, so okay, I'm not getting ahead of myself. So first acknowledge them. All right, saying, okay, I heard what you said, and I'll be getting to that in a moment. Which brings us to the second step is now find a way to keep that promise rapidly and properly. Okay, so simply, these are my two favorites. I have what I call my personal assistant, Alexa. So you would say, Alexa, remind me at 1 o'clock to get those movie tickets, right? Because maybe the monkeys were saying, oh, better get those movie tickets online now because it might sell out. So whatever time you think it's going to need to finish the task at hand, set the reminder for that. Another thing that you can do is I have sticky notes nearby all the time. So you're going to simply write down something on the sticky note and then put it right there where you'll be able to see it. Okay, because it's important as a leader that you keep your promises to yourself and others. Okay, so you've heard them, you've made a promise, you've taken an action towards keeping that promise, and then that brings us to the third step, which is to be firm if they persist. Okay, so you've heard them, you've promised an action, you've taken an action step, but they still won't let it go. Okay, these monkeys need to be shushed because you're the leader. So now's the time to be firm. This is the third step. I always like to reference Caesar the dog whisperer. You know how he goes to those errant dogs, he'll go, ch, ch. And you can do that to your monkeys. You can go, ch. Or you can literally say in your mind or out loud, depending on your situation, look, I heard you, and I promised that we would get to that. Now sit down and be quiet. So sometimes you've got to get a little bit of tough love going with those monkey voices in your brain. I hope that makes sense. Remember though that you really want them to know that you mean it. You are the boss, you're the leader, you're in charge. Okay, so claim that power. And the 1, 2, 3s that I like to give you are because I believe threes are doable. So I would like to end by saying, remember that this needs consistent action. So if you try it once and it doesn't work, you've got to stay with it for a bit. Promise me that you'll do more than try, because I'd love to see you to get the results and be able to manage those monkeys. Next week, we're going to talk about banishing those troublemakers, the ones that think they're the boss and they're not ready to give you the leadership. Okay, so for now, remember that I am not a professional mental health certified doctor, any of that kind of thing. What I am is an over 25-year certified professional. Okay, I told you I couldn't say that word. Let me back up. Over 25 years ago, I got certified in a scientifically proven process called transformational meditation that gets lasting results and helps you get that interpersonal communication solid, and so much more. So I'd love to chat. It all starts with the chat. Oh, and please like, subscribe, follow, and share. It means a lot to me that if this means something to you, that you would share it with people that you believe it would be helpful for as well. Okay, again, so I'm Elle Graniel, founder of Truespeak, author of 3 international best-selling books, and so much more. Let's spend a little time together. I'm looking forward to it. And until next week, stay happy and healthy, my friends.